to go. I don't go no more. From now on, everything's gonna be alright. Don't go, don't go, don't go, don't go. Don't ever leave me.
Well, I got some fiberglass work. I know I haven't done no fiberglass work in a minute, so I'm doing this video pretty much for all my subscribers that subscribe to me as far as doing fiberglass, which I didn't start on this here. The owner started on it. If y'all can recall, I did a 1975 Donk. It was a candy blue, cobalt. It was a cobalt mixed with Oriental. And I did the dash. It was a white color, kind of off-white. And we're gonna do these the same way. But he started on this here. He watched a few of my videos of fiberglass, and he just brought them to me and told me to finish them up. So this is what we got. He says the armrest going here, so I don't have to worry about that. It's pretty much doing the body work, straightening a lot of it out, because this here is not flat, so it's gonna have to be flat so it'll sit on the door right, so there won't be no gap. So I'm gonna have to take care of that. I'm not sure what's going right here, probably the controls. Not really sure on this neither, because I don't have one on this side. Pretty much our first step, I think I'm gonna try to get this flat. Once I get this flat, then I go from there. Let me flip it over. Well, I flip this one over and show you what it look like. It's been a while, I think, when he done it, because I done a Donk probably almost 2 years ago. It's been a minute. But he just brought them to me about a week ago. And he said this here getting some fabric vinyl, this area here. So I probably just clean this out. Some of it look like it need to be strengthened up some too. But I'm gonna take y'all with me doing it. This is where the seat belt go. I know that on the Donk. Let me figure how I'm gonna get this backside flat. I just talked to the owner, and he was telling me the door panels, they pretty much like they need to be. I just got to clean them up a little bit. And I was looking, this door panel here, he got a piece of metal right here. And this looks, it looks about right, this one here. But this one seemed like it kind of warped, bent it out a little bit when he had fiberglass on the doors. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my DA, I got some 80 grit on it. I'm gonna go around all my edges, smooth it out a little bit, then I'll take some fiberglass filler and wipe over it and do the body work on the backside first. I'm gonna turn my speed down to around about 2 so I'll be able to control it, so I won't knock off too much at one time. Here's the fiberglass filler. Pretty much wipe all this area here so I can sand it back down, get it flat. So this area here was already flat like it needed to be. I'm gonna do the same over here. I'll be using 80 grit on the DA as well, just to shave it down. I pretty much got this backside like I want it. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit more when I start wiping body filler. Lightweight filler, I apply a little bit more back here. Get it even smoother. Let's flip it over and see what we're gonna do about this top side. I know I gotta clean up these rings here. What I think I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna take my DA with some 180, maybe 80 grit, and just knock it down. Or I could just start blocking it, to be honest with you. I'm just gonna knock down all the high areas that I see, like right here. I know that's high. Then I'll probably just take a block around the block. Well, a lot of this need to be wiped because I see it ain't nowhere near flat right there. So I think I'm gonna take my DA and just go over everything. Shape it up a little bit. Here's what it looked like after the 80 grit on the DA. Wherever you still see gray, it's pretty much still low. The white is the body filler that he used, those high spots. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take some more lightweight filler. I'm gonna be using this Z grip. And sometimes it's a lot easier just trying to wipe the whole entire part instead of trying to do where you just think it's low because it might be low somewhere else. Then you got to go back and wipe it. So sometimes just be best just wipe the whole entire area. And when I wipe it, I'm gonna do it in sections because it's gonna be hard to do the whole door panel at once. So I'll be doing probably here, up over here, and then once that dry, I'll come back and do like around the edges. And I had a void right here, so I took a razor blade and dug it out so I can get some fiberglass fill in it. It was real thin, fiberglass mat was. It's a skim coated body filler, pretty much over the entire door panel. Now I take it outside, I'm gonna let it dry outside, dry on up. Then I start sanding. I'm gonna be hitting it with the DA first, like I did earlier, at a low speed, just to knock this top layer body filler down because it's kind of hard to try to start block sanding by hand with this top layer on it. This door panel here, I done knocked all this down with the DA, nothing by hand yet. I still gotta go back and do all up in here, around there. But everything with the DA so far, but you can see I knocked that top layer off. Right here, still got the top layer on it. I got everything knocked down with the DA, but some areas you ain't gonna be able to get, like up in here. I'm gonna have to do it by hand. And what I do, I just take the sandpaper off the DA that I use, fold it like this here. That's another sheet. Fold it and tear it in half. Then I do everything by hand, trim it out. I round my edges back off, get up in here. Then I take a bigger sheet, keep my fingers closed. Even though this here is not getting no glossy finish, it's getting I'm gonna put a bed line on, it's gonna be a texture look. I still wanna get it smooth as I can. But I ain't gotta go that extra step like if I was putting a gloss on it. I got everything sanded with the 80 grit by hand. Let me show you some imperfections that I gotta take care of. This area here, I'm gonna use some 2-part glazing putty. This U-Pole, Dolphin 1 fill. Also, I wipe some up in here to make that transition a lot smoother. Pretty much the same with this door panel. Here's the 2-part glazing putty. While I let this dry, we're gonna start trimming out all this and shaping up around the ring. These are the tools I'll be using here. Got a mini belt sander, die grinder, cut off wheel, and a roll lock this combination of all those, I get it cleaned up pretty good. Okay, I got it pretty much cleaned up here. Now I'm gonna take my sandpaper, sand all my areas that I put the 2-part glazing put in, knock all those down. Then I think I'll be ready for some primer. I'm ready to shoot my primer now. Finally got to that stage. Here's the primer I'll be using. Urethane, polyurethane primer surfacing. Mixes 4:1:1. It's the following morning. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna spray some guide coat on it. It's some flat black spray paint. It's gonna help me find all my low areas. Also help me know where I done sanded, where I haven't sanded. Just gonna lightly mist it on. Now we're going to take some 1-part glazing putty and wiping all our pinholes and minor imperfections. It's like it's a pinhole there. Don't take much. Wiping all those areas there. Like I said before, it ain't got to be perfect because we're going with a textured finish, but I like to still hit those areas that I see. Some of it gonna block out anyway, but the bigger spots we'll go ahead and hit. Okay, now we're gonna start blocking. What I got a rounded block and a soft block. I'm not gonna use no hard block, rigid block, because like I said before, none of this is flat, no flat areas, there's a lot of contours, so this rounded block gonna work just good. So I'm gonna use some 180. Just tear my piece off, round about like this here. Then I got my air hose out here. It's leaking though, that's why you can hear it, but I'm gonna use my air hose to blow it off, blow the sandpaper off to save the life of the sandpaper, because it tends to clog up a lot easier with this 180, the 80 grit. My compressor done came on now, so I hope you can hear me. But what I'm doing, I'm just removing the guide coat. Some areas I'm still gonna have to use just my fingers, but the majority of it I'm gonna hit with this rounded block. If you still see guide coat, that means that area is still low. It's not flat. It still got some dips in it. You see what the air hose do? You ain't got no air hose that'll clog up on you, then you have to change the sandpaper. every minute. Finished up with all the blocking. You can see it's still some red 1-part glazing putty in some of the areas. Those areas I seen when I was blocking that I filled while I was blocking. Now I gotta go back and knock those down. And also I got some 2-part on some of the areas. There was some voids where the fiberglass was real thin at. I took a box cutter and dug it out and put some 2-part glazing putty in those areas. I just got some sandpaper 180 folded in half. I'm just gonna go back, knock all this down. I finally finished up with all the sanding. What I'm doing now, I'm just masking this area here up, which I really didn't have to. But like I said before, he going with some fabric here and the armrest going now. Once I get through masking, I wipe it down, then I shoot some. I'm gonna put a seal on it. It's actually gonna be some prime. I'm just gonna reduce it more, make it one uniform color. It's gonna be the first step. Here's the 1 coat of sealer. It ain't completely flashed off like it should, but it'll be alright. Our next step is putting a texture on it. And how we're gonna do that, we're gonna use a bed liner, a truck bed liner, out the spray can. By Rust-Oleum. You can use black or clear, it really don't matter. It's just that they had clear, so we're gonna use clear this time. Here's the bed liner, the texture. This was just 1 can for both door panels. If you want more texture than this here, you can grab more cans. And then we're gonna apply the color. You can use any color you like. We're going with a white by Sam. If y'all can recall, I did that the dash for the Donk. I got a video on it. We're going the same color. It's gonna be this here, the Sam white. 15313. Here's the color. And then we got to protect this here because you know it's white. And you know how white get dirty. In case you get dirty, you want to wipe it off, so we're going to put some clear on it. But it's not going to be no gloss clear. It's going to be a flat clear. I got some satin gloss clear here. But that's the only can I got. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to spray some out my spray gun. I got some flat clear that I could use. So let me mix it up, we'll get the spraying. This clear, it goes on wet, but it dries to a flat finish. Just finished spraying the flat clear. It's not completely dry, but it's probably dry to the touch because it's flat clear. It don't take long to dry like gloss clear. It still be tacky, but you can see this is not tacky. But I'll probably wait till tomorrow to start touching it and moving it around. I unmasked this here, and I think I got some 6.5 so I can put in it, show you how I look with the speakers.
The next day,
I was trying to find some speakers that'll go in it, but all the ones I got, it's gonna have to be trimmed out. They told me he was gonna trim it out, whatever, but I'm not sure which speakers he going with. But I grabbed these first. But these, the basket, way too big. Let me show you on these. Don't sit all the way down. So he'll have to trim this out. But I'm not gonna trim it out because I'm not sure which speakers you're going with. But these here go down a little bit further than others. These DS18s. Then these got a basket, not a basket, but a grill. Not sure if you're going with a grill or not. But we just gonna put these on it just for demonstration.
Stop. Right from the bottom to the top, from the ground up. We never stop. Right from